let's, well, Mary, what are your thoughts about the lesson that came through? I'm never sure about any of this stuff.
Well, the comments about the Native Americans really resonates with me because I really think they come closest to getting it right in terms of world beliefs. Not the Aztecs or the Mayans, because they did weird stuff. But the Native Americans of the Northern Plains are very revering everything, but respecting nature and appreciating what's been given. And that's the thing I'm trying to, it's very hard to do right now, but it's gratitude. There's a lot of talk about gratitude in popular literature right now, and I think it's warranted. I think it's a long time coming, and it's time for that. So,
But do they explain what they mean by gratitude?
if the ones who try to start to talk about thanking Jesus for everything, and then I get kind of turned off and thinking other planes. So I think, yeah, they do. I mean, for me, it just resonates as a sort of can't explain.
That's fine. Well, the reason I ask is because, I read a lot, as you could tell from the show today. Looks like he's played with my tablet here. But, a lot of people write about love. God is love. Just send love. Just be love. Okay, not a problem. But they've never explained what love is. So when they're saying love, what do they mean by love? Because I've seen couples whose idea of expressing love is to slap each other around. We see it as abusive, but that's not how they see it. And it's hard for us to see that. In fact, sometimes we refuse to see it. I have problems with it. What do you mean this guy loves you? Well, but if whenever I use the term love, whether I'm writing or I'm talking, I always say nurture. So I guess being okay. I guess when they write about gratitude, I guess they're implying be appreciative or satisfied. That would be a good one. Satisfied. Be satisfied with what you've got. And how do you express satisfaction? Thank you. Oh.
And also take advantage of, if somebody gives you, if the universe grants us a sunny day, like you said, appreciate it and take advantage of it, or make use of it,
Yeah.
incorporate it into your life.
Yeah. Very good. You, Sandy, what are your thoughts?
Well, it was a very very nice lecture. I did try to write some things down. I thought it was appropriate when he was talking about history repeating itself, and that this is nothing new. It's happened before, it's happening now, it's happening again. That there will always be a cycle, that the cycles are always in progress. And it helps to make one feel a little better about all the turmoil that's going on right now, because it's easy to get into it in a very microscopic way. And I guess this is just saying step back a little and look at it from a bigger picture, and it will pass. Is that's what I'm, and we need to be cognizant of that, because again, it is really hard to look at what's going on and not get nervous about it. So I like that. I like that. Step back and remove yourself from the craziness. Or whatever. So that was very interesting, and making sure that we all remember that we are all God's children, which, helps to remove the us and them scenario. So that was nice too. I like that. I like that.
Yeah, that's the most difficult. I don't know how to, that's the most difficult challenge we are experiencing right now.
Yes.
Because it's so easy to say, those people are, I don't know, they're really, it's problematic. And it's difficult for us to just stand there like meditation and let it go on by. All we can do, it's going to suck us in.
Mhm.
All we can do is try to hold on with our beliefs, our ethics, our, I don't like using the term morals. We wrote a paper on morals and ethics one time, and we discovered that a moral person can reason their way in and out of all kinds of trouble. But a good ethical person just, no, I don't think so. And then if they do cross the line, well, they can't weasel their way out of it. They just have to draw a line through that particular thing and say, well, they're no longer like that anymore. Yes.
And what are scruples? When somebody says morals and ethics, I think scruples.
Okay. What are scruples?
I don't know, that's what I'm asking you. I sort of can feel the word. And I think scruples can trump ethics and morals. So somehow scruples are on more of on par with integrity.
If I were to describe scruples, I would have to say uncomfortable.
Do the right thing.
Not necessarily do the right thing, but uncomfortable. If something makes you uncomfortable, doesn't mean it's a bad thing. It's a bad thing for you. That's
Okay.
it.
That's good, because it could be ethical in business. It could be moral for your group. But scruples, yeah, I think they're more internalized. Thank you.
Yeah, that's it. That's how I would describe it. So, what are your thoughts, Cindy?
I wanna know who that guy was.
Did he ask if you had any questions?
Yes.
There was your opportunity.
Where's he from?
I don't know. I want to say Canada, but that's just me. I know he wasn't from around here, or the United States, I should say. But I did get the impression that he was around for the Civil War.
Mhm.
And during that time, Canada was the end of the Underground Railroad.
Mhm. He said he was from another country.
Okay.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah, Canada was the other end. And a lot of the people, abolitionists, I guess, I think is what they were called, were spiritualists. a lot of people who were for social change were spiritualists. And you could say that's what helped spiritualism develop, was that movement towards social change. And you know, the modern spiritualists are still at it. And what I mean by modern spiritualists, they're more of a philosophical sense. They're more of a fair play sense. They're more of what would be a good way of putting it? Brotherhood. So, do you have any thoughts you'd like to share, Connie?
Not really. I agree with everybody else. That was a nice visit.
Okay. And how about you, Shay? Any thoughts?
Yeah, I've been thinking about, I have a spiritual toolbox that I do certain things and I intend for my day to go a certain way, and it's always connecting to the earth immediately in the morning and doing prayers, and it's just so profound to hear that from him, them, because I lately am starting to fall into turn on the news and figure out what's going on, all the tornadoes coming yesterday and the day before and last week, and you know, and stuff. It's easy to get side railed. And it was a very, very good message, timely, to stay grounded, stay connected to the earth and spirit. Of course, you know, I see it all as one, so I'm very grateful for that.
Good, good. Yeah, I think in the earlier reading, it talked about free will, free choice. Thing to keep in mind about choice. To oversimplify it, it's the option to oppose or to accept. And Ken, what are your thoughts? I saved the best for last.
Well, the last message was the best. So there's no growth without difficulty. You know, that's kind of what I keyed in. And the thing about nature, that was good. Nature seems to work things out if you can just leave things alone.
Yeah,
So that's mostly what I heard. You know, and I think I would have to ask you, because you said something, you know, I think I'm in early Alzheimer's, because I can't remember anything. But you mentioned the fact that you were, it must have been conscious when you were channeling him. Because you said you thought he sounded like he was from Canada. So you were conscious when you were channeling, weren't you?
so I hear, in a manner of speaking, what's going on.
I'm not saying it's good or it's bad, I'm just making an observation.
Yeah, I'm an observer. I'm an observer. I can step in and say, no, that's not right. I can. But what would be the point? That's like going to school and facing the door instead of facing the board. What's the point?
You know, what I'm saying is not what is not it, and how can I say it? It's not being said in a pejorative manner, if you know what pejorative means. But it's interesting to me to see how the spirit world interfaces through a voice box and a degree of consciousness that the medium has. Because when I first was exposed to trance mediumship, the trance speaker had no knowledge of what he said. And today, some are still like that, but not all. Some mediums can interface with what's going on, with the messages coming through from the spirit world, as if they're totally with them. But when I was exposed to it after the reading was over, the deep trance medium had no knowledge of what he said. He will come out of the trance and say, "What did I say?" And it's obvious when spirit world takes over his voice box, that's what they are using, his voice box, nothing else. Because there are spirits on the spirit side who are maintaining the physical body of the trance medium. They are watching him, and when it's over, because he's had enough. I'm just saying what I know, what I remember from my childhood, when I was exposed to it. Today, things are different. More and more mediums are speaking, and are totally conscious. It intrigues me how things have changed in the last 50 years.
A
I
lot
wanted
of,
to say something, and I said something, that's what was on my mind.
a lot of what I've read, particularly with mediumship and false mediums, is that the mediums would always claim to have no recall. They would always make that assumption, but it never made sense to me. Because when you run water through a garden hose and you drink from the garden hose, no matter how long it runs, you're still going to taste some of that rubber. You're still going to taste some of that garden hose. So it makes, and this is just me speculating, okay? Don't take it as gospel. This is just me speculating because I'm distrustful. I've had too many people tell me this is true and everything, and then I've only to discover that it's not even close. So I'm very distrustful. I don't believe something unless I see it in different sources. So to me, it makes sense that the medium may not recall everything, but they will recall some. Just makes sense to me. And that's just me speaking, not discrediting anything that you've said. But I have talked with mediums who say, oh, I don't remember any of my messages. And then the next week, you're all sitting around the table drinking coffee and gossiping and everything. And, I did this reading for this one person. And they go on and on about it. So, I just have to question it. And there are times when I do not remember a message at all. And there are times when I remember bits and pieces of it. But an ethical person will say they remember nothing. Or I should say a smart person will say they remember nothing, and an ethical person will keep their mouth shut when it's gossip time. So now let me get this back. Here we are. Okay. I think I played music a little ahead of time here. To close this out, thank you all for your attention and sharing what you experienced. I appreciate that. And I do record these. No images are available, but your voices are. So, and so no last names are used. Of course, I don't know most of your last names anyway. So they won't be able to identify you.